You've probably heard many times that coffee is an energizing drink that helps you wake up, improves focus, and is even good for your heart. But what if I told you that for people over 60, this habit could be much more dangerous than you thought? The latest scientific studies conducted in the US show that certain types of coffee can seriously harm your health, specifically by raising your levels of bad cholesterol and increasing your risk of stroke. Let me explain in more detail why this is especially important for those who care about their heart and kidney health after the age of 60. One kind of coffee, the kind you often see on supermarket shelves, has been proven to raise cholesterol levels that clog arteries by as much as 45 milligrams per deciliter in just 1 month. This isn't just a statistic, it's a real risk to your heart, especially if you already have high blood pressure or other chronic conditions. But that's just the beginning. Another study, published in a respected American medical journal, found that drinking certain coffees increases the risk of stroke by 72% in people over 60. Imagine that every sip you take could be adding invisible damage to your body that, over time, turns into real life-threatening dangers. Many of these harmful products hide behind a healthy choice label. This is especially true for flavored instant coffees, which are popular for their convenience and taste. However, these blends often contain chemical additives, like propylene glycol, which is used to dissolve artificial flavorings. This ingredient, a byproduct of the petrochemical industry, builds up in the bodies of older adults whose kidney function is weakened, causing toxic effects that don't show up immediately but quietly destroy your health from within. A recent nutrition study showed that older adults who regularly drink flavored instant coffee have nearly a 40% higher risk of developing insulin resistance, a condition that can lead to type 2 diabetes. And that's not all. Many of these drinks contain hidden trans fats disguised as hydrogenated palm oils, which quietly raise your bad cholesterol levels and contribute to the formation of atherosclerotic plaques in your blood vessels. You've probably heard about the dangers of trans fats, and this fact is supported by many studies, including large, long-term American clinical observations. One such study involving over 1,400 adults over 60 found that daily consumption of hydrogenated creamers, commonly found in flavored coffees, increased the risk of heart attack by nearly 1/3 in just 5 years. Unfortunately, even the sweeteners used in these mixes, sucralose and acesulfame potassium, can disrupt your gut microbiome balance. This means your natural anti-inflammatory and immune defenses weaken, opening the door to various illnesses. Another hidden danger is artificial non-dairy creamers, which many older adults choose thinking they're a healthier alternative to milk, especially if they have lactose intolerance. But studies show these products contain synthetic oils, preservatives, and thickeners that are absolutely not meant for daily consumption, especially at an older age. One of the most dangerous ingredients is titanium dioxide, a whitening agent also used in paints. In lab studies on animals, scientists observed intestinal inflammation and DNA damage within just a month of exposure to this additive. This is a serious warning for anyone concerned about the health of their digestive system. Additionally, creamers are often high in omega-6 fatty acids, which in excess cause chronic inflammation, a condition that leads to joint pain, swelling, and even declines in cognitive function. In one American study, older adults with high omega-6 levels scored 31% worse on memory tests. And to round out this list, many such creamers contain corn syrup and maltodextrin, fast-digesting sugars that cause immediate insulin spikes. This leads to sharp blood sugar swings, fatigue, brain fog, and weight gain that's notoriously difficult to manage. So what can you do if you don't want to give up your favorite drink? Avoid flavored coffees and artificial creamers, and replace them with natural, simple alternatives. Real vanilla extract, a pinch of cinnamon, organic whole milk, or vitamin D-enriched almond milk. That's what will protect your body and provide great taste without the risks. Or try drinking your coffee black with a small pinch of Himalayan salt for balance and a smooth flavor. Your health is your most valuable asset, and I say this as a doctor who sees every day what ignoring these little details can lead to. Remember, small changes today can save your heart, your kidneys, and your mind tomorrow. Older adults are often advised to choose decaffeinated coffee, thinking it's the safest option for their heart and nervous system. But behind the seemingly harmless alternative lies serious risks that few people consider. In reality, most decaf coffees sold in regular US supermarkets are processed using chemical solvents like methylene chloride, a substance widely used in industry for paint removal and surface cleaning. The Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, classifies methylene chloride as a probable human carcinogen. Manufacturers claim the chemical evaporates during roasting, yet Stanford University research has found traces of methylene chloride in popular decaf coffee brands, up to 10 parts per million. This amount is at the FDA's allowable limit, but for daily consumption, it becomes a red flag, especially for seniors. Studies published in the journal Environmental Health Perspectives in 2020 show that prolonged, low-level exposure to methylene chloride increases the likelihood of cognitive impairment by 23% in people over 65. Why is this so dangerous? Methylene chloride can cross the blood-brain barrier, the body's natural filter protecting the brain from toxins. Once inside, it disrupts mitochondria, the brain cell's energy powerhouses. This can lead to sudden confusion, headaches, dizziness, and even memory lapses, resembling early-stage dementia. But the impact isn't limited to the brain. The liver and kidneys, which lose efficiency with age, face extra strain. Animal studies conducted in 2022 revealed that just 2 weeks of low-dose methylene chloride exposure caused inflammatory processes in the liver. Since most elderly people consume decaf coffee daily without thinking about how it's processed, this damage quietly accumulates, weakening vital organs. There is a safer alternative that can protect your health without giving up your favorite drink. It's decaf coffee processed by the Swiss water method, a natural, chemical-free process where caffeine is removed using only water, time, and temperature while preserving rich flavor. In the US, these coffees are often labeled Swiss water process or marked methylene chloride-free on the packaging. Organic brands typically avoid toxic solvents altogether. Switching to this type of decaf reduces stress on your liver and kidneys, improves brain function, and lowers the risk of cognitive decline far better than expensive supplements. Another common choice is traditional coffee brewed without a filter, such as in a Turkish pot, French press, or Scandinavian stovetop method. This might seem like the purest way to prepare coffee, but it actually hides one of the biggest risks for older adults. Without a paper filter, your drink retains a substance called cafestol, a natural compound in coffee oil proven to raise bad LDL cholesterol levels in the blood. American cardiologists at the University of Minnesota conducted a study showing that 4 weeks of daily unfiltered coffee consumption in people over 60 increased LDL levels by an average of 45 milligrams per deciliter. That's a significant jump that doesn't just raise atherosclerosis risk, but also contributes to artery stiffening, higher blood pressure, and increased chances of stroke, even if the rest of your diet is well balanced. Moreover, unfiltered coffee contains concentrated acids and oils that can irritate the stomach lining, often leading to aggravated gastritis and increased acidity in seniors. Over time, this inflammation may develop into ulcers or chronic digestive issues. It gets worse if your brewing equipment contains aluminum or untreated metals. High temperatures cause toxins to leach into your drink, adding strain on your kidneys and liver. Fortunately, the solution is simple and accessible. Switch to filtered coffee, whether classic drip machines or modern pour-over devices with paper filters. The paper traps cafestol while preserving great flavor. You can still enjoy a rich aroma without risking your vascular and heart health. If you don't want to give up the French press, try using special paper filters designed for presses or alternate with filtered coffee a few times a week. This small step can significantly reduce cardiovascular risk, improve digestion, and provide a more stable, lasting energy boost without crashes or harmful effects. It's important to understand that not all coffee is equally harmful. On the contrary, the right types and preparation methods can actually support more memory, strengthen muscles, and reduce the risk of many age-related diseases. Leading American research centers and clinics increasingly recognize coffee's role in dementia prevention and metabolic improvement, provided choices are sensible. The key is avoiding chemical additives, toxic solvents, and unfiltered brews that do more harm than good. Older adults especially need to stay informed and mindful of their diet. Coffee should bring joy and benefits, not hidden health threats. With care for your well-being, I recommend choosing only pure, tested processing and brewing methods. Paying close attention to labeling and ingredients, and remembering that caring for your heart, brain, and kidneys starts with every single sip. Make the choice for health. It's the tastiest and wisest step toward longevity and vitality. Many of you have your coffee habits, but today I want to share some findings from recent American studies. How you brew your coffee and what kind you drink can directly affect your health, including your heart, brain, and digestive system. This isn't just talk, it's data from leading institutions like the University of California, Davis and the Mount Sinai Medical Center. Take, for example, the popular choice of medium roast organic Arabica coffee. It may seem ordinary, but this coffee can actually be a strong ally for your body. Why? Because it contains a unique balance of antioxidants preserved by the medium roast. Especially important is chlorogenic acid, a powerful compound that reduces inflammation and helps regulate blood sugar levels. A 2021 study published in the journal Nutrients followed a group of older adults who drank 2 cups of this coffee daily. The results were impressive. Their risk of developing type 2 diabetes dropped by nearly a third, and markers of systemic inflammation decreased by almost 20% compared to those who didn't drink coffee at all. This isn't a coincidence. Medium roast preserves these beneficial compounds, unlike dark roast, where antioxidants break down and unwanted acids form, which can irritate the stomach. Equally important is the water you use to brew your coffee. Many forget that tap water in older homes can contain lead, copper, and excess chlorine, substances that not only spoil flavor but also harm the kidneys and nervous system, especially as we age. Using filtered or bottled water for coffee brewing is a simple preventive step worth adding to your daily routine. Slow brewing methods like drip coffee makers or pour-overs with paper filters are excellent choices that preserve the beneficial compounds while reducing bitterness, which can irritate the sensitive stomachs of older adults. And if you like milk in your coffee, it's better to add a little natural high-fat milk, for example from grass-fed cows, or unsweetened oat milk enriched with B vitamins. Such a drink not only energizes but also helps stabilize blood sugar, protect blood vessels, and reduce internal inflammation that accelerates aging from within. Now let's look at a trend gaining popularity: cold coffee concentrate, or cold brew. This method is especially beneficial for older adults because cold brewing reduces the coffee's acidity by up to 70% compared to hot coffee, meaning less irritation for the stomach and digestive system. Research from Mount Sinai Medical Center found that nearly 90% of elderly patients with gastroesophageal reflux disease (GERD) could drink cold brew without uncomfortable symptoms, even if hot coffee had caused them issues before. That's because cold extraction pulls caffeine and beneficial antioxidants from the beans, while leaving behind the bitter acids that form during hot brewing and upset the stomach. The University of California, Davis also found that cold brew contains 40% more metabolism-boosting compounds, which is crucial for older adults whose metabolism naturally slows with age. In addition, cold brew is rich in melanoidins, complex molecules formed during the reaction between amino acids and sugars. These compounds provide protective effects against age-related macular degeneration, the leading cause of vision loss in older adults. Long-term studies show that people who regularly consume cold brew have a 31% lower risk of vision deterioration. Another advantage of cold brew is its concentration. Because it's a concentrated drink, you can control your caffeine intake precisely. Very important for older adults, since caffeine sensitivity increases with age. The liver processes caffeine about 30% slower than it did in youth, so the same amount can cause jitters or disrupt sleep. Simply dilute the concentrate with water. 1 part coffee to 3 parts water for a gentle morning boost, or 1:1 for a stronger effect later in the day. Plus, cold brew concentrate keeps well in the fridge up to 2 weeks, so there's no need to brew fresh coffee every morning, which is especially convenient for those with limited mobility. For the best results, make your own cold brew. Use medium roast, coarsely ground beans, mix 1 cup of coffee with 4 cups of cold water, and steep for 24 hours before straining. This coffee contains 2.5 times more magnesium than traditional hot coffee, and magnesium is vital for maintaining a healthy heart rhythm, strong bones, and muscle function in older adults. As we age, our bodies face many challenges. Joints become less flexible, skin loses its firmness, muscles weaken. And these aren't just minor inconveniences, but real threats to our quality of life. As a doctor who sees the effects of these changes every day in my patients, I can say this: we don't have to accept these declines as inevitable. Science offers effective ways not only to slow down these changes, but to significantly improve both body and mind. One of the simplest ways is by changing your morning ritual, your coffee. It's no secret that coffee is one of the most popular beverages in America. But few realize that adding just a few key ingredients to your cup can be a real gift to your bone, joint, muscle, and brain health. Scientific studies from top U.S. universities, including Harvard and the University of California, provide strong evidence that coffee can be not only delicious, but also healing. Take collagen, for example, a protein essential for the structure of our tissues. Research published in the Journal of Clinical Nutrition in 2020 showed that older adults who added 10 grams of hydrolyzed collagen to their coffee daily for 6 months improved joint mobility by 40%, reduced muscle pain by 25%, and saw a significant increase in bone density in their hips. Collagen is the building block for ligaments, cartilage, and skin, all of which decline rapidly with age. Simply adding it to your coffee provides your body with the amino acids it needs for tissue repair. This works best when consumed on an empty stomach, when your body is most ready to absorb nutrients. But collagen isn't the only game changer for your morning coffee. Medium-chain triglyceride (MCT) oils, derived from coconut, have remarkable benefits. A 2021 study published in Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience found that people over 60 who included MCT oil in their diets improved memory and focus by 31% within just 8 weeks. MCTs quickly convert to ketones, an alternative energy source for the brain, especially important as our ability to use glucose diminishes with age. Beyond cognitive benefits, MCT oil helps regulate appetite and blood sugar levels, crucial for seniors since disruptions in these areas often lead to muscle loss, a condition called sarcopenia. Sarcopenia reduces mobility and raises the risk of falls and injuries. Scientific evidence shows that regular MCT intake supports muscle strength by encouraging fat burning instead of breaking down muscle protein. What if you add natural Ceylon cinnamon to the mix, a spice long valued for its anti-inflammatory and vascular benefits? A 2022 meta-analysis published in Diabetes Research and Clinical Practice confirmed that daily consumption of Ceylon cinnamon by older adults lowered fasting blood sugar by an average of 18 milligrams per milliliters and reduced blood triglycerides by up to 30%. Ceylon cinnamon contains cinnamaldehyde, a compound that improves insulin sensitivity and supports healthy circulation. Together with coffee and MCT oil, this trio becomes a powerful protector of blood vessels, muscles, and brain health, fighting inflammation, the silent enemy of aging bodies. Making this drink is simple: fresh medium roast coffee, a teaspoon of MCT oil, and half a teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon, and you get a beverage that not only energizes but also transforms cellular metabolism. The best time to enjoy it is in the morning before breakfast, when your body is most receptive to fat burning and cognitive enhancement. Health secrets backed by the American Aging Association remind us that every morning is a new opportunity to support body and mind. Changing simple habits, like enriching your coffee with these beneficial additions, can significantly lower stroke risk, improve memory, and extend an active life. This isn't magic. It's science working for you every day. If you already appreciate the power of coffee, now you have a recipe to make it even more effective in supporting your health and quality of life. Taking care of yourself isn't just words, it's actions you can start today with a single cup of coffee.